Hey everybody, it is Dan again from Deuce the Limit, and we are headed to another Super Saturday. This Saturday, Norway and Spain will both be choosing their finalists, but we are going to talk about Norway today. Norway has 9 songs they have selected through 3 semifinals, so we'll be going through our rankings as well as talking about each song and maybe even picking a winner. Are you ready to do this, Cor?
Oh yeah. All right.
All right, let's dive into it. So the format of today's video is going to be, we're going to be going through Cora's top 9, starting at her 9th and working her way to her 1st. And when she announces her 9th, I'll say what place it is on mine, and I'll update the scoreboard accordingly. So without further ado, Cora, who is maybe not your last place, but the one that you don't like as much as the others?
There is no bad song amongst these picks. But my bottom one is Love Again with Skrillex.
Okay. So Skrillex, for me, I had Skrillex at 7. So I also did not have Skrillex very high. What made you put it at number 9?
Well, the staging was amazing. I love that opening shot they have where she reaches out, grabs the mic, the lights come on. It's gorgeous. I love it. The track was just, it lacked a little bit for me. It wasn't a bop.
I kind of agree with you. This was one of the most fun performances. I really loved the energy. I mean, a drag queen is able to perform. Who would have thought, right? That's what they do. They're performers. But the song never really captivated me either. I did like the little bridge light show, but again, that's still the staging. That part of the song, from like a DJ perspective, it sounds like it's about to go to another song. It sounds like a bridge to a completely different song. And all we did was just kind of get a key change at the end. And that keeps it a little more interesting, but I still, like you said, the song never took off for me. I love the performance and the energy, but the song didn't quite do it.
I wouldn't be mad if it won, but it is my 9th.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go right along then to your number 8.
Okay. My number 8 is Masterpiece
by Atle Peterson.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my number 1. So we're a little bit divided on this one. So let me hear why you have it at number 8, and I'll tell you why I have it at number 1.
It's a solid song. All around, a solid song, solid performance, solid vocals. But there's no talking points for me on it. It's just a solid song. I'm never going to seek it out. I'm never going to skip it. It has no wow for me.
Okay. For me, it has a ton of wow. That's why I have it at number 1. I got goosebumps from this performance. I think as a performer, he emotes better than most of the other artists in the cast. I really feel all of the lyrics. I feel the emotion coming through. I'm a sucker for lasers. And I mean, his vocals are phenomenal. The song also, I love the way the song builds. I love how at the beginning, it's just him on black, and then it slowly grows. And I fall apart as I'm watching. It just draws me in. And then, at the very end where he turns around, he hits a couple big notes as well. Right before they go into the low part, the lasers start to split and it goes into like a wider grid. So I think they can still make the staging even more interesting. This for me is a serious dark horse. He entered in, I don't know if you remember when he entered with World on Fire. I think you may have been watching that final with me. I don't remember, but he entered a few years ago with World on Fire, which was kind of a dancier number. It felt more like a Mel Fest, Benjamin Ingrosso type number. And it didn't hit for me at all. Even though he was great, he performed it well. This is the type of song I wanted to see him with. And I really think this could be a dark horse to win. And if it does, Twitter, I warned you in my last video, I'll warn you in this one, do not bully him on Twitter. Do not bully this man if he ends up taking it. So I love it. We'll agree to definitely disagree on this
It's
one.
a solid song. I just think there's some other contestants in this running that wowed me a little bit more.
Okay. Well, my number one's already spoiled, so everyone's just going to hang on your list for the rest of the way.
No.
So what is your number 7?
My number 7 is Alessandra's Queen of Kings.
Okay.
No, I know that was low compared to probably how many others would rate that.
It's definitely a heavy fan, if not the heavy fan favorite.
Yeah.
I have it at number 5, so I agree
Okay.
with you a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
For me, I love that like gripping opening choir. That kind of and then the background is just, it's all black with just the lights coming through, so it feels very kind of out in space. But the song itself, for me, I compare it to Run to the Hills from Sweden last year, but not as good. They're very similar in their style and the way they're performed. That's, I think, the vibe a lot of people got. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I heard this track on Spotify and I was ready to go to battle for this song. Like, I was like, this is going to be my pick. And then I saw the live performance, and honestly, it was lack of staging for me and the lack of the outfit. Like, I just expected something
the
a
outfit,
little more.
She's going to change that outfit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Wonder Woman look. I do. I just, I don't know. There needs to be something loose and fierce about her, either in the hair or like long flowing robes, or I don't know. There's just a disconnect between the song and the staging for me that made me place it on 7.
I'm glad you said that. I am looking at my notes right now. I literally said maybe a little more color or sparkle to her outfit. So I do think something needs to pop, because she just kind of blends in.
Yeah,
so
but she's got the vocals. The song is good. I like it.
The song is good. It's not, but yeah, and also the way the chorus is, it's sometimes a little difficult to understand her because of how she runs the lyrics, how it's all kind of congested, like a couple words, they're really tight, packed together. And she, Queen of the King, it's all so tightly woven together. It's sometimes difficult to understand, at least on first listen for me. So there's little things that stick out that I don't vibe with the song. But if it wins, I'll still dance to it at Eurovision, whatever.
Good.
I'm sure at Eurovision they'll up the ante, and a lot of these would be even more elevated by that. So we're on a good pace here. What's your number 6?
My number 6 is Swingett's Prohibition.
Wow. Okay, so this is my number 9. I put it dead last.
I can understand why.
Well, let me know what you loved about it.
I just thought it was a fun song. To me, it's like one of the Moldova entries. It's just all around a good time. I really don't think it has a chance of winning at Eurovision, but you've known from my previous taste the songs I love. Like, I just love really fun, goofy songs, and this is it for me. It's good.
And they even brought their own sax guy.
I know. It's endearing. The outfits, the dance moves, the whole staging they did. It's a blast for me. I like watching it every time.
I do agree the staging, it was just enough, right? It didn't feel like they overdid it and just went crazy off the wall. We're dating ourselves or regionalizing ourselves. If I say like an Outback Steakhouse wall, I don't know if they have those in Europe or around the world, but just walls with, when you go into a restaurant, there's crap everywhere. I thought they might do something like this, but they didn't. It was very tastefully done. And usually these entries, they come off as like joke entries in Melfest and things. This isn't. This is a legit jazz swing entry that they're very serious about it, and his vocals are great. You'll get does the lead singer look like Quentin from The Magicians? Or was it just me? Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
He does.
But his vocals were great.
At some point.
It's a fun song. I don't expect it to win against some of its competition, but I think it'll be a great moment, and I hope they keep the exact same staging they did the first time.
Yeah. They did a really good job with it overall for me.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
All right. Number 5. Top 5.
This is Jones, Echo.
Echo Inimai.
Yeah. Echo Inimai.
I have Echo Inimai at number 2. That is my runner-up.
It's fair.
Something about this entry, I'm just bouncing my head up and down. My feet are going. immediately when the vocals come in of the woman overlaid with his, and just the graphics, it's such a cool, like, futuristic style entry. The driving bass just gets you going. And this is the only Norwegian entry in the mix of 9. The others are all English. So this is the only one that steps out. But why did you put it at number 5?
This was definitely a song that started off at number 9 for me. And the more listens I gave it to, it just kind of slowly kept climbing for me. Like, it just really grew on me. Every time it came on, I found myself dancing along to it. Which I really didn't expect, because I feel like there was a similar French entry from last year.
You mean Foulin?
Foulin, maybe. Yeah, that had the kind of same techno sort of feel to it that I didn't like at all. But there was just something about this song that the staging, his vocals, I don't know, it just really grew on me. And I think it's a great pop song now. I love dancing to it.
Yeah. And also the second chorus, they introduce this really aggressive saw synth sound, if you listen. And it's those little details that I point out in a lot of other videos that made the entry grow. For me too. This one was like my number 6 a week ago. And now it even passed She Who Will Be Soon Be Named. We all know who. Who we haven't mentioned yet, but we will definitely mention soon. This passed that for me. And I think this would be an amazing Eurovision entry.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. It is one of the fan favorites as well. I think, along with Alessandra, could shock the world, but we'll see.
Okay, I would definitely not mind seeing Eurovision. Okay,
what is your number 4?
Number 4 is "Love You in a Dream" by Elsie Bay.
All right, I had Miss Elsie Bay at number 6. So why number 4?
I love a good sad song. Her vocals are amazing for me. I really enjoyed the staging and how it played out, like the story, the soft fog, the dead chandelier, the dancers in black, and then the chandelier rises with the song. It was a very magical moment for me. And I was like, I love this just from that beat alone.
I agree. The staging this time around, I feel she nailed. Last year, I liked the song Death of Us more, but I thought the staging was weaker. And then I feel like it's flipped this year. I like the staging so much more this year. The song is good, but doesn't totally vibe with me too much. And her vocals are they're up and down. Sometimes she's like spot on and then she kind of drifts off. I think if she can hold it all the way through, she has an outside chance. But I think the song doesn't have the same moment Death of Us had, which had that really powerful ending. This one kind of just goes up a little bit. And then the chandelier moment, it's big, but it could have been bigger.
That is my one gripe with the song, is that it does just kind of abruptly end. It just ends.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the rest of the song?
Another problem for me with it is I don't like the very beginning, the first 30 seconds don't captivate me very much. So I kind of have to get pulled into the entry later, because that's when things really start to get interesting, right? Like you said, when the dancers come in and stuff. But at the very, very beginning, whereas I felt like the nothingness worked amazing for Atle Peterson, don't feel like it worked as well here, and I just wasn't pulled in the same way. So,
Agreed,
all right. Yeah. Well, we're approaching now your top 3.
I wonder if you can guess what I'm gonna place. So my number 3 is "Not Meant to Be" by Eileen Thorpe.
Eileen Thorpe. And that is my number 4. So I think that is one of our highest combined entries so far.
Yeah, all right.
I love her voice. It's so unique. Her style, I didn't think the pink would work, but it really felt complete on stage. The 2 drum sets, I liked it.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
She's got a little bit of a Cornelia Jacobs kind of rasp there. So, I mean, instantly endearing to me. Love that. I like the staging. Watching it, I kind of instantly felt teleported back to my high school days. Like I'm watching one of my, local bands kind of perform in this grungy sort of low lit place, singing about some, high school romance gone wrong. I loved the feel of it. I loved the lyrics. I loved her voice. This song just drew me in from the beginning for that.
Yeah, and the low talking like bridge part in the middle, it's so interesting. And her voice, like you said, it's got that raspiness, and it just kind of pulls you in, and it's so different. I didn't think I would be captivated by this song from the Spotify version, but then the live version I think pulled me in a lot more, and just the performance of it.
The live version was definitely a lot better than the Spotify. Just having that whole visual and concept together, it really works for me.
I think they'll change up a little bit of the staging going into the final, though. I don't know what, but I have a feeling it'll get an adjustment, because we still don't know if, when they have the final, if the stage is going to change. In past MGPs, the semis were on a smaller stage from the final, and things grew and they had to kind of adapt to it. This is one I'm worried about. You can't just pull this to a bigger stage. It would look really weird. They would have to expand it or spread things out, and then that could cause problems. So we don't know, or if we do know, I don't know yet, whether the stage is going to change or whether it will remain the same in the final. But
they would definitely need to adjust, because it feels made for a small sort of stage.
Yes.
Kind of makes it more intimate into the song and its lyrics and its message.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Well, that brings us down to your top two. We know we still haven't talked about her. Is she number two, or is she? Well, tell me your number two. Who's number two?
My number two is Honestly by Ulrikke.
Of course, we finally get to talk about it. This is our highest rated combined entry, because she is my number three. She was my number two right up until really earlier today, when I was like, you know what, Echo Inimai is just barely crept ahead. What's there not to love about it? This feels Eurovision ready, right?
And I feel like I'm on the flip side of most of the community, though, because I feel like a lot of people really preferred Attention. But I honestly a whole lot better than I ever liked Attention. I love her vocals more in this song. I really enjoy the staging. I love her outfit and how she dresses. The lyrics are on point for me. I just enjoy almost everything about this performance, and I'm really glad she's getting a chance to go to Eurovision with this song.
She hasn't won yet.
Might.
Well, yes, she is the favorite.
I looked at those odds.
She is the odds-on favorite. She's not there yet. We haven't talked about the fact that this is one of the first artists to come back after several years, right, from not going to Eurovision. Some artists did in 2020 compete again in 2021 and win their national final. Some didn't. Yeah. But this is the first time, and Demir Ketso, I believe, also are two 2020 artists who have now come back several years later. We'll have to see if the public gives them kind of that nod or that little bit of extra boost, just like, hey, we, get your chance to actually perform on the Eurovision stage. She still has this strange facial expressions, right? Yeah. Like where Atle Peterson looks very comfortable on stage, sometimes when she sings, she looks uncomfortable just in her facial expressions. And I was hoping that was something maybe over time she would get better at, but that's the one thing that still throws me off a little bit. And then, as far as the staging in the song goes, it's Eurovision ready. You can take this whole thing, blow it up on a bigger stage. It's going to look amazing. Like you said, the song is great. I'm not going to stop listening to it. It would make a wonderful Eurovision entry. Honestly, just take out that. I know you can't stop. Take out that one line in Norwegian. I would rather her do a full verse in Norwegian instead of just doing one line, and just make it all English at that point. But and then also, I didn't like having the violin guys show up late. You know how they had the 4 backing dancers walk in right at the end? That I could lose them. I'd be fine. Right. They do that in so many songs now. Yeah. And I'm like, this is about her and her moment. You even have the spotlight hit her for that big note. So and they drop out all the lights around those dancers twice, actually, especially when the song ends. So it's like, I don't know if we really need them. I'd rather it just be her. But I can see it. I wouldn't mind seeing a staging without them, but to me personally, I don't think they detract too much being there either, from just her presence and voice. I know I sounded really critical. Believe me, I do love the entry.
I know you defended her, I think, all in 2020 from me when I was like, I don't like attention.
All right. Well, then finally we get to your number one, which is
Geronimo.
And I'm going to do to you what you did to me.
I know.
Because Geronimo is my number 8. So Atlee and Geronimo are kind of reversed. I hate their outfits, first of all. They look like Dondi Donson's reject garbs from Danny Soccato's other dancers before they take them off. It looks like they picked those out of a garbage can and put them on. It just seems like a concert. It just seems like a concert. Like, what's the staging? There's no staging. They're just dancing around. Okay, please tell me what you love about it. Please tell me why this could
K-pop. Be... It's K-pop.
It's N-pop. It's Norway.
N-pop. My bad. But I love it. I love little dance moves. I love that they interact with the camera and they spin it around. I love that their outfits are all white and have useless belts and straps on them that don't do anything. I like their vocals. I just love everything. I love the energy. I love this song so much. It's one of the things I never skip.
Let me see. I'm just trying to see what else I said about this. I don't think I think I already said everything. I'm really shocked, but I'm happy. I'm happy that you're happy and this song makes you happy.
I'm here to throw off the rankings.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming to my first and last video together. All right. So if you had to pick a winner, odds be damned, don't think about the odds. Who do you think has the best chance to win? Because now this is the first time in a while that Norway has brought back a professional jury that is going to also contribute to the points. It is not, I think it's 50-50 televote jury. They've been all televote for a while now. That's why, of course, Subwoofer won in a landslide, Tix won in a landslide, all that. So if you had to pick one song, who do you think will win on Saturday?
That is a very hard question because I feel like quite a few of them have a really good chance.
Well, if you need a moment to think about it, I don't. Honestly,
okay, you go.
Honestly, we'll probably win on Saturday. Other than her sometimes uncomfortable facial expressions, it's the total package. It's Ulrikke. Everyone loves her. There could be a crazy shock, but I mean, it doesn't. When the song came out, we were all kind of like, okay, she's winning. I think there's a little more doubt now, but I'm still giving her the benefit of the doubt that she's going to win. So who do you think?
That's a really good pick. I'm going to say Alessandra, Queen of Kings. If she changes some staging and the outfit, I think it might take the crown for Norway.
Okay. You're appealing to Twitter. That's fine.
She put a TikTok out.
Well, as long as you didn't pick Geronimo, that's all that matters. All right. Well, that is it for today. Thank you for joining me, Cora, and I hope to see you around for some more videos if you'd like to do some. So everyone, let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to take it? I will definitely be back and forth between Benidorm Fest and MGP, trying to watch as many performances as I can. And we will see, we'll have a bunch of new songs come this Sunday. We'll have Ireland, Spain, and Norway. So the list continues to grow. So until next time, we'll see y'all later.